Hello there, and welcome to another episode of X4 on our pirate playthrough. We've got the Star Wars Interworlds mod 0.73 as usual, and today we are going to raid Naboo in a more techie way. So it's not going to be a combat raid as such. We're going to do a raid where we're essentially going to hack the Naboo, at least one of the Naboo stations, and steal its goods. Because I believe you can slice the security terminals in there and basically get it to release its cargo. So we're going to give that a go. We need a couple of other things. Well, I've decided we'll need a couple of other things as well as our Valor. We're going to buy a couple of HWKs, a couple of Hawks. To dock on our ship. I've already made a preset. It's the Hawk Raider, we're going to call it, and we're going to buy, how many can we afford? One. And then we've got our own personal ship as well, that we can use. And one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to go and just dock with this station, because I want to make sure we've got everything we need to be able to hack the station terminal. In fact, we'll go for one of these stations over here because it should be easier to dock. Mind you, we should be fine. So we're just going to double check, because while we're in this neck of the woods, we can basically, if we need to buy any slicers or make any slicers, we can buy the components from the Black Sun and stuff like that. Depending how well this goes, it might be a tactic we use to make some money. I've not decided which factory we're going to take, kind of get, whether it's the high-tech factory or the refined goods factory. But it will definitely be one or the other. So let's get to that station. And just get our little jump drives loaded up. See how well it is to dock this Valor, because it is quite a large ship. Just hit the afterburners. So when you're waiting for your jump drives to charge, if you hit the afterburners, it actually gives you a tiny little bit of a boost. We need to make sure we stop quite early as well, so we don't go flying into the station. Oh, mind you, this has got quite a good stopping distance on it. Some of them have a little bit of a poor stopping distance on the larger ships. And then I think what we're going to do some point in the near future, we're going to start maybe clearing out some of the Hook factories, the Hook Pirate faction. So we'll skip ahead a little bit when we're basically in docking range, and we'll get this docked and we can take it from there. Okay, so we are now coming into dock. These are going to pop up quite a bit because we've basically drained all the bank accounts at the minute, in order to make sure, in order to buy the ships and stuff like that. I'm not that concerned with it. To be fair, we'll soon make our money back. We've got a couple of trade ships already on the go. And in we come to dock. Look at that. Big Bertha's coming in. Such a funky looking ship. I do like the Valor. Right, so we need to check whether or not we can actually... we've got the materials. Hello. Because there's ideally there's two consoles I'd like to hack, so we don't have to worry about security vessels. we ideally need to hack the turret. So we've got 4 security slices. That requires 1. Don't have to worry about shields because we're not attacking it. And repair terminal, we don't have to worry about that. So we've got 4 security slicers, which will cover that. So that's a check. We also need to wait for our little hawks to get built, or the one little hawk to get built, and then we can send that in to dock with us as well. And hack to eject. So we've got 1 security decryption system, so we can only really do 1 of the stations. We can get discounts as well. That'd be quite interesting, because these are mechanics I've never really played with, and especially as we're still fairly early game in this one. I thought it'd be because the usual standard kind of way of doing your slicing or raiding your stations, you go in, you blow them up, and stuff like that. But I'm trying to basically play a little bit different on this series, a bit more kind of like Sneaky Slicer. Right. So which one's that? That's the new one. Let's tell that to dock and wait. So the idea will be, let's rename you to Wraith. No, that's not how you spell Wraith. So we've got the Wraith, and we've got the Phantom. Phantom? Is that right? Yeah, Phantom. There we go. So then there are 2 basic raider ships. They're not there for defense as such. What I want those for is to basically help pick up some of the goods, because the small ships, we've got quite a few small docking ports, so we can use those, because for a small ship they've got a really good cargo capacity on them, so we can use the cargo capacity on those to basically pick up any materials we can't get, because we went for the military version of the Valor rather than the transport one. So I think we've got a decent cargo hold, but not a massive one. We also need to find the ICG at some point soon. We might do that this episode, time depending, because I want to find the ICG to basically
jump beacon, Duranthum.
Start making friends with them. Oh, there we go, coming in nice and quick. We'll let you dock. So then we can start building up a bit more of a war fleet, a bit more of a repertoire of ICG ships, because I'm fancying some Clone Era Trade Federation ships. Not the Lucas Hull. We might end up with a Lucas Hull eventually, but it's not on the top tier. But the I don't know if they'll be in the encyclopedia. I know we've not met anyone that sells them. Combat ships. We know what all these are. No, we've not come across them any at the minute. Is it the Rikusan? Something like that. And the other droid one, and General Grievous's, and then there's the Geonosian frigate. I wouldn't mind having a play with one of those, because they look very unique and cool, and they seem to have some quite nice long range guns on them. So we'll have a play around with this. This is going to be our flagship. We need to think of a name for this ship as well. So at the minute, this may change. What was it? Queen Amidala. So Blackbeard's ship was called the Queen Anne's Revenge. It's probably one of the more famous pirate ships to sail the seven seas, or at least the Caribbean. So Queen Amidala. Amidala's Revenge. Revenge. There you go. It's a bit of a homage to that. So we're going to go to Naboo. It should be hopefully plain sailing, and we can have a look at what they actually have in these stations, good-wise, because there's no point in hacking the storage of a station that has no goods. And then once we've done that, we'll take it from there. I'm just waiting for this, for the Wraith to dock with us, and then yeah, it's all go for our little mission. Our little scout is, I think we set this to start scouting out? Yeah, we did. ICG territory, try and find out where the shipyards are and things like that. Which I don't remember where they are exactly. I always draw a little bit of a blank when it comes to ICG territory and CSA territory. I know there's the Bounty Hunter Guild main stations there, but apart from that, I can never remember. So I will see you very shortly, because once this is docked and we are in Naboo. Okay, so we have now arrived in the Naboo sector,
Jump completed.
and we're going to start having a look at what these guys have got. Hopefully it's quite a bit. I think what I'm going to do is we're not going to dock with the Valor. We're going to have the Valor on standby. We'll use one of the Hawks to basically dock. So I want to check out what both factories have got first of all. So
High-tech factory.
let's have a look. Trade offers. What do you have? So you've got medical supplies and sensor components. Medical supplies would be useful for us for our stations. We could basically take a bunch of those. But they don't seem to have much of anything else.
Nubian.
Ah, the Nubian. Such a sleek looking ship. I mean, we might get a couple of these, or one of these. Unfortunately, you can't board these because I think they're only a medium ship. And I don't believe they actually have weapons either. Which is a little bit annoying, but it kind of goes with the Naboo's peaceful nature, I suppose. Medium ship. J-type yacht. Yeah, they don't have any weapons at all. I would imagine they have quite good shields. And I would imagine they're quite quick. Yeah, 7,000. 7,000 is pretty good. Good travel speed for a medium ship as well. Not too expensive. Decent cargo hold. Obviously it fits the Naboo's kind of pacifist ways. I can't remember if Naboo stays as an independent system in the canon and the lore. No, obviously they were part of the New Republic, and then I would imagine Naboo stayed part of the Galactic Empire when it all switched over. I think it's definitely one of those weird planets that was kind of like
Refined goods
pivotal
complex.
in a way to the Clone Wars and stuff like that, but then definitely dropped. Right, so we'll go after the medical supplies, I think, because that's nothing we can't get. They don't have enough graphene for us to make it
Autopilot engaged.
worth it, really. If we just look again at what they've got energy cells. We've got energy cells for days. Water, we've got water for days. Graphene would be the only thing that's worthwhile taking from these guys, but it doesn't look like they actually have much in stock, which is not surprising. I wasn't expecting a massive amount from Naboo. They're just a perfect kind of like system to practice with. I don't know if there's a story event that can make Naboo a prominent faction within the grand scheme of the games. Let's have a look. You can sometimes tell how factions should relate, kind of act, because like Vong there does not seek to claim sector ownership. Naboo could potentially. And that'd be interesting as a little playthrough if you were to go like Naboo Guard. But obviously a lot of the problems with doing things like that on this game is you can't actually work directly for a faction or an empire. You're always the kind of essentially a mercenary, always making your own faction. I mean, it'd be good if you could claim sectors and build stations and then give it to a faction. Things like that are always
Disengaged.
useful. Right, so we're gonna hold here. We'll go and get in one of the Hawks. I noticed that like a lot more in games nowadays. I'm sure I remember in a lot of, especially your RTS games and your strategy games and stuff like that, you used to be able to basically give pretty much everything to another faction, but it's not as common now. I know you can kind of do it in Warhammer Total War. Some of the factions, it's kind of like a requirement if you play as any of the Chaos God Pantheon. So if you do that, the Khorne one on that game, you kind of
Out of docking range.
it doesn't make sense for you to have loads of your own territory, because it works a lot on vassal states, which is quite fun.
Docking granted.
Right, let's get docked up. Let's get these this raid underway. Hello, I'm just a little trader of no interest or consequence. I'm not here to plunder your goods, I promise. I know I've said it before, but some more kind of like first person shooting action would be great in this game. And being able to claim stations as well. So we'll go to the security office first, and let us turret control. So blip, blobbity bloop. They're now disabled, and let's go to the engineering section. We should be able to go and steal all your wares. Let's just quickly pause it and let's have a quick look. Yes, what have we got? Spices, sense components, jolly good. Right, so in theory, they shouldn't be able to shoot back to us. I've not got, so if I was to tell the Valor to collect drops, what it would do is it would send drones out, which takes a long time compared to using the old magic magnet, which attracts all your goods in. One thing I noticed on the last episode of the Imperial playthrough, it would have been a lot quicker if I'd basically just gone to each individual station and taken the good and magnet the goods in rather than sending drops out. Oh, look at this! Oh, they're hostile. They can't fire back, so that's fine. Oh, they got the little security vessels, but that's okay. Right, where's our Valor? So we might end up with a little bit of a scrap on our hands, but I'm not expecting much. Oh dear.
Valor class cruiser.
Just pause. I didn't really want you to start firing, mate. Can I tell you to? Just disarm turrets for the minute. I didn't want it to do that. It's meant to be a stealth mission, not a destroy it all mission. It's fine. We've got some goods. We'll get docked up. We'll swoop in, grab as much of the loot as we possibly can. I mean, obviously the easiest and quickest way to do this would be to actually just teleport to the ship. I'm trying to do this in a reasonably fair way through the floor. Bridge. Alright, so you've now got everything we need. Dock and wait.
High-tech factory.
That's just the station, that's fine. Just burn some afterburners. Get that magnet started. Thank you, Naboo. I mean, it's only just taken the station, basically. Turn the station hostile. If we'd not done oh, have we filled up? If we'd not disabled the... Yeah, we're filled up. How much do we lose? Refined metals. Oh, so if we're going to do this again, we definitely need more more cargo capacity for sure. But yeah, if we'd not disabled those turrets, so we need to make sure we're stocked up on security slices and stuff like that. That could have been slightly more hectic mission. We've only lost temporary status as well, and that's temporary with that Naboo station, which is fine. The rest of the Naboobians are fine with us. We'll make his way back to Lux, and we'll have a look at his goods whilst we're on route. In fact, we'll do that now. So, what's in our cargo hold? So we've got energy cells, we've got water, and we've got agricultural goods. We can basically use all those. Is there a better way to show the inventory? We've got 12 wares. Contraband. No, not Lux Freeport. So we got agri goods, energy cells, food rations, medical supplies, sensor components, spices, and water. So these things we can give to Lux. Same with the medical supplies and the food rations. Energy cells we can sell. Aggregate goods we can give away to our station as well to keep them topped up. Refined metals, sensor components, we can sell those. And silicon wafers, we can sell those. Sensor components we can sell. And water, so not a bad little haul, but we have left some silicon wafers as well as some other bits. Will it actually tell me? Ships, deployables, would it be under there? Ships. No, it won't let you see items. Medical supplies, yeah. So we need more cargo capacity for our little raiding fleet. I would say that was a successful little raid. Nice and quick, a good way to steal goods without absolute carnage and chaos, which when you're just starting out can be quite beneficial. Jolly good. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll go back to Lux then, and we'll transfer those goods over, and then we'll plan his next step. I think basically the plan will be we're going to find as much as we can in the ICG. We need to find their I can't remember, is it Horsell and Kessel or something like that? Their shipyard, which is like the third party shipyard, which we can buy things from, buy the licenses for, and then we can start ordering up a war fleet. Tatooine's kicking around somewhere as well, and then we just need to decide whether or not we want to go to war with the Hutts. Technically speaking, the Hutts are essentially competition with us. They're doing the same thing as us. We also need to grow our little spice operation, which is going fairly well. We look at the logical overview here. We've got quite a bit of Hutt spice in there. How is it selling though?
Jump completed. In arc.
Well, as usual, we're selling quite a lot of. Although that was quite a good sale. So yeah, we need to keep growing our spice empire. I don't know if the storage is a little too small on our Hoth station. It's only 100, and that's nearly. Mind you, it's doing all right. So we might actually use this station as like a standard template for the rest of it and kind of grow it out. Ideally, we need to be putting these stations in systems which have got ice and systems where Hutt spice is not illegal, which does limit us somewhat. But I'm sure we'll manage. What's the ICG's view on spice? Trade Federation? Trade Federation don't care. Where is it? Independent Commerce Guild. Illegal wares, contraband alcohol, and Hutt spice. Well, that's disappointing. One thing I'm like, the Mandalorian Death Watch, Hutt spice I can kind of get. Contraband alcohol, really? Why is that illegal? Vikyatar? Who did it used to be? It didn't used to be that. These must change every new game. So yeah, so I'll see you in a little minute when we've got back to Lux and I can ferry this out, and then we'll kind of look at some next steps and make some little plans. I think that's the way we'll go. So I will see you very soon. Alright, welcome back. So I've actually had a slightly better idea. Because I'm thinking we're going to do a few more of these raids in the future. I need to go visit the Black Sun and buy some components so we can get some slices made and stuff like that. Instead of taking it all back to Lux, we're going to build a purpose-built warehouse. I think.
Jump completed. Dark now.
where all our ill-gotten gains can basically go to live. We are going to build it in the Endor system, because after all, that is our home system. So we're going to do that now, and then we're going to call it an episode. We'll make sure we've got plenty of room to work with. 4x4x4 should be fine. Create new plot. We'll stick that here, and then it's kind of protected by looks, and then we've still got plenty of room to grow if we need to. It doesn't need any of this. It is basically going to be standard dock with an E-pier. You tell me an E-pier doesn't fit in a 4x4? Well, it won't if you do it like that. Let's just see if we can. What if move you this way a bit? Well, I never. Right, let's yes, discard those. Endor factory needs to be a bit wider. We'll do it as 5. I think there's potentially in this game there's a little bit of a hack you can do with this. So I'll just quickly show you. So if you were to do like a 1x1 grid and then set that as it, your targeting area for this factory would be this block. So like out of the bounds of this block. Then if you were to extend it, it would be there. I've had it before in this game where you've tried to kind of like target a base and you're firing your missiles, but you're actually firing at nothing because it'll always fire at the center target mark. So yeah, I wonder if that'd work, but we don't need to test that right now because this station is basically not going to be anywhere dangerous. So we'll have you. You need to turn round. There we go. 90 degrees, please. Thank you. That's better. And then we'll move this far forward as we can get it. And then storage. We need some storage modules. Now, I could go stupidly big, but we'll not. We only have containers. I mean, we should only need containers, realistically speaking. Part of the problem with this one is connection points. That's fine. We can work it out. Switch you 180 degrees. Because I don't think we're going to be taking any ore or anything like that. Let us get some cross sections on here. So we'll leave one at the back and then a couple at the front and the top. And we'll basically
jump completed.
Or we'll leave the one at the bottom. We'll fill the rest up with storage modules. I know what I'm on about. I know what I'm talking about. It's fine. We'll see in a minute when it's built. Look, no, we don't need solid. Don't build solid. Like this, look. Oh, we can put them there, I suppose. We'll just copy you. We'll copy you again. We need you to go 180 degrees. Like it as so. That'll be close enough. We are building pirate bases after all. There we go. So it's not ideal because we're using only small ones. I would have much preferred to have some medium ones, but I don't want to go and mess around to go and see some faction rep to buy some storage modules. We can confirm modules on that. How much is this going to cost me? 4 million. Sign or hire a builder. There's usually one kicking around there. Take you. Very good. Chuck all his money into it. So, there we go. Will it need a manager? If we want to get rid of the little targeting reticule thing, yes, it will need a manager at some point. But for the minute, that will be fine. So let's have a look. Rename. Endor factory. Warehouse. Cool. Right, so we're going to get that built. This is going to be a really short episode. I've done what I've needed to do. We've got this done. In all honesty, I'm wanting to think about where we need to kind of go, and ideally I could do with leaving the game to run a little bit so we can discover some more sectors of space and some more factions and stuff like that. So then we've got a bit more of a streamlined approach to basically taking his next steps, because we've not been very piratey at the minute, but I'm planning on getting more piratey. I need more ships. I need more big ships, so we can start doing things like that. So we'll crack on with that. So for now, I have been Captain Gapfunction. This has been X4 with Star Wars Interworlds mod,
Jump
and
completed.
until
Mortar.
next time.